What's going on, Pats Nation? Welcome to another episode of the Kansas Pats Patriots podcast. Kansas Pats Talk Patriots podcast. I appreciate all y'all joining me. And like I always say, the ones going to join in later on, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to get a little bit more consistent. There's been a lot going on and whatnot in the sports world and other things. But, hey, man, I'm here with y'all tonight to talk. Here with y'all tonight. We're going to talk it up, talk some Pats football. It's been a little slow since our season ended almost about a month ago. It's been real slow, but ain't been a lot going on. But hey, man, it's content, and as a content creator, you got to find stuff to talk about, and that's what we're gonna do. So what we're gonna do, man, we're gonna talk. We're gonna chop it up. We got a lot of things coming up on the horizon. We got draft talk, free agency talk, the combine. I will be at the combine this year. It's a lot of stuff going on, man. We got Senior Bowl. We got tonight on the night show. We're gonna talk Senior Bowl. We're gonna talk this past weekend, the championship Sunday. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the 2022 Patriots draft class. So we're gonna be here for a little bit tonight, but take it back this weekend. The first game, the Eagles and the 49ers. I didn't think that game would go like that. I did not. I didn't think it would go like that. Purdy got hurt, and I think that kind of changed the outcome of the game when Purdy got hurt. But I actually picked San Fran to win the game. They got a real good defense, so I thought they would win it. But weird things happened. It seemed like from the start of the game, like things were just, it's like what could go wrong will go wrong for San Francisco. Fred Warner got hurt, and then you got Bosa got hurt on a freak play. I think it was on the punt return. He got hurt. Then Purdy gets hurt. I think they said a report came out yesterday towards UCL, so that's not good. The 49 just had a quarterback laundry all season, man. Jimmy G, Trey Lance, now Purdy. So it's been a lot going on there, man. Now there's rumors coming out that Brady might be going there. So we're gonna be interested to see what happens there, man. It really is gonna be interesting to see. I do think that quarterback away. They need a long-term answer, but Brady's from Cali, so I'm sure he wants to go there. So we'll see what they do, man. But back to the game, man. Eagles dominated for the most part. Defensively, that pass rush with Hassan Reddick, Fletcher Cox, Brendan Graham, they got some guys there. They got some guys. I'm missing out somebody. Jordan Davis, I didn't see much of him, but that's their draft pick. They got some guys there. Slay in the backfield, Chauncey Gardner, John. I mean, they got some guys, and they was just getting after that 49 defense. Nobody really stepped up for the 49. Christian McCaffrey had a pretty good game, but without him, the game would have been worse than what it was, and it was a bad game. So I mean, the Eagles dominated, and they're on the way to the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts, he was okay. He didn't have 300 yards, but he did just enough to win, and that's what they need him. When you're surrounded by so much talent, and AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, they got Goddard, they got Miles Sanders, good offensive line. Their Eagles offensive line is good with Lane Johnson and Kelsey, Jason Kelsey. They got a really good offensive line. So the Eagles, I mean, they're the number one seed and they play like it. And look at they're in the Super Bowl. They're in the Super Bowl, man. They just dominate that game. Dominate the Giants a week ago, then dominate the 49ers. And I think if Purdy played, the game would have been a lot closer, but I still think the Eagles would have won. I think they would have found a way to win that game, man. So we got the Eagles are in the Super Bowl. It's their second Super Bowl. And yes, I know they did beat my beloved Patriots a few years back. They had Dougie P and Nick Foles. That's the year he won MVP of the Super Bowl. But now they got Jalen Hurts. And it's good for the Eagles, man. The second Super Bowl in about 5 years. Good for the city of Philadelphia and good for the team. 49ers don't know where they go from here, man. At first, they got to get a quarterback. So maybe they get Brady, and maybe Brady is going to be there. But they got to get a quarterback and get that situation, get that figured out. And then after they do that, I think they're good. They can be right back in the at the cream of the crop in the NFC. They got, you got the 49ers in the NFC. You got the Cowboys. They're going to be back next year. They're going to add some talent. Let's see what Arizona do. Seattle, Green Bay. Rodgers might not even be there. So, I'm missing out somebody. The Rams, I think they're going to be back. McVay came back. Donald will be back. So they'll be back next year. So let's see what how the NFC look. It's definitely, I don't think it's as top heavy as the AFC though. In the AFC, you got the Chargers, you got the Chiefs, you got the Raiders. I think they'll be better next year. See what they do at quarterback. Bengals, Bills, Patriots. We right behind them, but it's gonna be a while before we get back to that top. But that's gonna bring me to my next topic. Well, no, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna go into the draft class right now. Let's move over to the AFC side of things with the Chiefs and the Bengals. Chiefs dominated the game. They dominated from the start or whatnot, but the Bengals kind of came back. kind of felt like the Chiefs would win it because I couldn't see Cincinnati beating them 4 straight times. I couldn't see that. Burrow going. It was unbelievable. I couldn't see that happening there. So Chiefs, I mean, they won or whatnot. A lot of people said the refs won the game for them, but I'm not one of those people. I just think, I mean, it was destined for Kansas City to win it. Bengals didn't play good enough. They didn't play as good as they did the previous few times that they played. They didn't play that well. They did get some explosive plays from Jamar Chase, but other than that, it wasn't a lot going on for the Bengals. It wasn't. I think a few coaching mistakes in that game that lost them the game too. The Chiefs, I just think they're the better team. No, the Bengals were the better team, but the Chiefs played the better on that day. On their Mahomes, he was really on one foot. He was really on one leg, and he still made things work. So he made this magic, and they won the game. And they were down to like they missed most of their receivers. They had no receivers for the most part. I think Tony got hurt. Juju was hurt. Somebody else, McCole Harmon, he messed up his pelvis. He got hurt again. So other than that, it wasn't a lot going on there for Kansas City, and they just made it. You just knew as long as you watch what's going on, Harvey. The Bengals built that old line. It's over. Oh yeah, of course, I agree with that. If they build that old line, it's over. They just got, but they were supposed to do that this past season though. But I don't know what happened. They had injuries, so I mean, and then Burrow took that same offensive line to the Super Bowl last year, and you see what happened. It was a bad offensive line, but they came within a couple of plays to win it. But the Bengals are right there. We're gonna see Mahomes and Burrow. We're gonna see that for the next 5, 10 years. Probably Mahomes not even 30. Burrow still in. I mean, he just not getting into his prime. We're gonna see that for a while. So we Mahomes, Burrow, Allen. I'm missing somebody. Lawrence. We're gonna see that. We're gonna see that for a while. We're gonna see that for a while. Yep. Yep. We're gonna see that for a while. They're not going. We just get ready. I think for the Patriots, for us to get to that, which I'm about to get into when I'm talking about talk about the draft class, we got a ways to go. We got to get in terms of the Patriots. We don't have that guy on the outside like the Bengals got with Chase and Higgins, and they got Mixon at running back. Now I still take my running backs over Mixon, but yeah, we need some speed. A whole not some speed. We need a whole lot of speed. We need a number one wide receiver on the outside for one. I like Parker. We do got Taquan Thornton, Myers. Even if we do bring him back, we still need to add something to it because there's nobody scaring you. Parker, he's kind of hit and miss. He's better than Aguilar, but you get Devontae Parker up in there like one game he's going to be on it, he's going to get hurt, so you don't know what to expect from him. Myers, he's okay. Myers is okay. Myers is okay. He's Mr. Consistent, but he's not. None of the Patriots receivers or playmakers on offense is keeping you up at night. Nobody. You don't have to double team. Nobody. You got to worry about nobody. So I mean, that's the thing. We got it now in terms of the draft class. We can add a Jordan Addison. I know we talked about this the other day, Army. Add a Addison, Quentin Johnston, add a Zay Flowers, Josh Downs. I know you like him too. We can add some of those guys to it. It's going now. You keeping defenses up a little bit. I know they're gonna be rookies, but they're going to be better, a little more explosive than what you got. And to beat the top teams in the AFC, the Bengals, the Bills, and Chiefs, and even Jacksonville, when they get Calvin Ridley back next year, they're gonna be something to reckon with. They're gonna be something to reckon with. So yeah, you said we got to get that. We need a number one. And we have a bunch of number twos, and that ain't gonna get you nowhere. It's gonna get you into mediocre. You're gonna win 8, 9 games every year, get bounced in the first round. You need somebody that's gonna take the top of the defense and keep defenses up at night, forcing that double coverage. Your number twos and threes will come in once you get that. Once you get a number one, it's gonna make them twos and threes look even better. You said Addison, Flowers, Washington. They are still, yeah. I mean, we picking 14th, so we in a prime position. A lot of people I see they want us to they go offensive tackle, offensive line. I don't want to do that. I mean, because you get an offensive lineman, they're not beating. You get offensive line, your offensive line's not putting up 30 points. Yeah, they can protect your quarterback. We need somebody that's that can get us in a position to keep pace with Mahomes, with Burrow, with Allen. Yeah, I mean, don't nobody want to see you drafting an offensive line. I mean, I don't want no tackle. I want some playmakers. And we're good at drafting on the offensive line. We're good at drafting linemen, cornerbacks, and running backs. We're not good at wide receiver. So, which brings me back to that. It's like if we do get a wide receiver, I mean, I know we had what's my boy, my Patriots report, Tom Curran on last night, the podcast. Had him on last night, and he's not a big fan of getting a wide receiver. So he was like, we should just he don't want to draft one or trade for one. We need to build up the offensive line or build up on defense. So we can go corner. I like Rigo, Kill Rigo. We've seen him in the national championship game from Georgia. I like him. Um, I think we're gonna go corner, wide receiver, or tackle. Offense. Those are three spots, and we need it. So whatever we do in free agency, we're gonna pick up on it in the draft. That's what I think. That's exactly what I think is gonna happen. So let's just say in free agency we go wide receiver. We make a couple trades or whatnot. Of course, we're not gonna address that in the draft or whatnot. We're gonna go offensive tackle, defensive line, or even corner. If we go offensive line, defensive tackle, and all that in free agency, then early we're gonna pick a wide receiver. And I'm praying that Jordan Addison is there. That's my number one guy. Excuse me. I want Addison. But if he ain't there, I think 14, that's too high to pick Flowers. Now, unless he goes out to the combine, that Lord willing be out at the combine in March. If he go out there to the combine, he lights it up out there, that's the only way I can see us like taking him at 14, because our scouts and our team is already our team is already coaching up him at the Senior Bowl. I'm gonna get in that in a second, but we're already coaching him up, so we got firsthand look on him right there. So if we unless he lights it up at the combine in his individual workouts, I don't see us taking him at 14. Maybe we might have to trade back into the first. But with the first pick, I want us to go wide receiver, but I see us going offensive line. That's what I see us going, man. Knowing Bill, we can go offensive line, maybe a corner there. The draft class this past season, like Cole Strange, Taquan Thornton, Pierre Strong, Marcus Jones, Jack Jones, Kevin Harris, Mitchell Roberts. I'm gonna go through these real quick. Bailey Zappi. We had this thing, but we had a pretty good class. Cole Strange, he played pretty good. Struggled a little bit. I think the Jets game he got benched. But the only time he really played bad was when David Andrews got hurt. So I think Strange, man, I don't think he was worthy of the first round pick, but I think we could have got him mid-second, late second. He played good though. You didn't hear his name a lot, so every time you don't hear their name a lot, that's good. Taquan Thornton got hurt. Once again, it's like a black cat running around with us when we draft receivers. Always something going on. He got hurt, but it kind of stemmed his growth coming into the season. But when he came in, you knew he was out. He had some good games. Didn't have over 100 yards. Nothing to really wow you, but you seen some spurts though. So next year he get a full off season. Maybe he can come in and play, give us a lot more. Being a number two, I don't think he'll ever be a number one. Pierre Strong, he showed some good things this year. Showed some bursts at running back. Like I said, we're good at drafting running backs. Marcus Jones, probably the MVP of the team as a rookie. Boy, was he exciting all year, playing corner, wide receiver, kick returner, punt returner, runner. He was everything for us. Jack Jones, couple pick. He had one pick six. He had a pick against the Lions. He had about 2 picks this year. His breakout game was against Green Bay with that pick six. We should have won that game if we had Matt Jones. He got hurt, a little suspension or whatnot. So there was a weird situation there with Jack Jones. Kevin Harris, I like him. I think we good at running back, man. I think we are at running back. DeMarcus Mitchell played on the special teams. I want to see us get him more involved at pass rusher, but because I like what I've seen on his tape from Purdue. But what's the biggest drop off in the draft when it comes? You said what's the biggest drop off in the draft when it comes to the position? That's a good. Yeah, you said what you said. They're good with the O-line. They plug and play. Yeah, offensive line, we're good. I think the biggest dropper, that's a tough one right there, Harvey. I think probably what I'm hearing this year is linebacker ain't the best linebacker class. I think is what I'm hearing. Probably linebacker and D line. You got the guys from Georgia, and so most of the top team they got a lot. But I think the deepest position is corner, wide receiver, tight end is a pretty good one. Wide receiver's not that deep this year. So if you're gonna get your guy wide receiver, you're gonna have to get him in the first couple of rounds because it ain't that much after that. But I think the deepest class is probably they say it's a good O-line draft, good cornerback draft, and like they say it's a good running back draft too. After that, it really ain't much out there. We need a safety too, because McCourty might be retiring. I forgot that. We do need a safety. Not high though. We can draft safety in the second, third round. So we don't need one right there. But real quick, I want to talk about Zay Flowers before I get off of it. I want to talk about Zay Flowers, man. Harvey, I know we talked about him the other day. The kid is explosive. I was watching this film the other night, man. He jumps off the screen. He really jumps off the screen, man. He's explosive. He's not the big. He kind of looks like Brendan Cooks to me. He's not the biggest. He looks like Antonio Brown a little bit too. The way he runs his route, he creates instant separation. So that's what I like about him, man. I think, and then you know what, Bill O'Brien offense, you need that shifty slot explosive receiver. That's what you need in a Bill O'Brien offense. We always had it when he was with us. Everywhere he went, everywhere he's been, he's had a good slot receiver. I think Zay Jones, he can play the slot. And I also think that he can play the X. So he's explosive, man. He's been lighting up. Yes, sir. Zay Flowers is the guy. I'm telling you. I like Zay. He's gonna be pretty good, man. He got that attitude, man. He just has that moxie, that attitude about him. I like that. And I think he'll look, and he's not from BC, but he's not from Boston, he's not from New England, but he played at BC. Not too far from the Patriots. So hopefully we can get him, man. I ain't gonna get my hopes up because every time I'm seeing on Twitter right now, everybody talking about how we feel about him. And anytime we do that, we always do something crazy and draft the opposite position or something. So somebody you never heard of. So I'm not gonna get my hopes up about it. But if we can get him, that's gonna be legit for us, man. Because then you can roll out there Devontae Parker, Zay Flowers in the slot, maybe Taquan Thornton and Kendrick Bourne as your number 3 receiver. You explosive right there. I'm not gonna say the top 10 offense, but top 15 is a lot better than last year. I think Zay Flowers is going to be really good. If we can get him, I really think might be that missing piece for us. I really think, man, because we need somebody for Matt to develop with Matt for the next few years. We don't have Parker contract is up after this year. Bourne contract is up. Taquan Thornton, he's still in his rookie. He got 3 more years with that, but we need somebody to develop, man. Don't go out. We had this discussion the other night. Don't go out and I don't want DeAndre Hopkins. I take Michael Thomas. He's younger, but don't give me a 30-year-old, 31-year-old wide receiver to pair with my young quarterback. I want somebody he can develop with. I want somebody I know I'm gonna have at least 5 to 7 years, rather 2 to 3 years maybe. And them guys come with big contracts. Now they get cut, yeah, but I'm not giving no assets for Michael Thomas or DeAndre Hopkins. I'm not giving that nothing. They get cut, let's go get them. Let's get them if they get cut. But I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I do not want to do that. Just the age, man. I mean, Michael Thomas, he's been hurt since 2019. Since he got paid, he's been hurt. So I don't want that. I like Michael Thomas, the player, but it's just pairing him with Matt. And then if we get Michael Thomas, we got Devontae Parker. There's 2 receivers at 30 years old, and they're slow. Michael Thomas ain't scaring nobody going deep. He's a good receiver, but he ain't scaring nobody. And then Devontae Parker, that's another wide receiver, 30 years old. Trey Dean for the game said he looks good from McCourty place. I like Branch on Harvey. I like the guy Branch from Harvey said Trey Dean for the game said he looks good from McCourty replacement. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some tape on him. I ain't watched him yet, but I like Branch from Alabama. I like him, and I seen a couple of mocks that got him going to us. So I like probably Branch. If we get anybody, Belichick loves those Alabama guys. So if we get anybody, I think it'd be somebody like that. Man, we draft an Alabama guy every year. So I think he looks like a Patriot for what I'm hearing. But I ain't doing no mock draft yet. I'm gonna do one for the Patriots. We got a lot of time. We ain't talking about that right now. We got a lot of stuff to go. We got free agency, then we got the draft. We got about 2 months till we be on the board to pick. Yeah, Branch, yeah. Harvey said Branch is good. Yeah, we got about 2 months till we on the clock or whatnot, till it's time. But I'm gonna do a couple mocks and put them up here and talk about it on YouTube and stuff like that. I'm gonna have some guests on, be doing some giveaways, all that coming soon. But I think Branch would be a good fit for us. Just need somebody back there because McCourty's he's been on his way out the past couple of years, and not to be funny enough, but he's been retired the last 2 years. He hasn't played that well, so we need to appreciate it, Harvey. Yeah, we gotta show that up, man. We gotta get safety. But we good, like I said, we good at drafting safety, corner. We kind of struggle at linebacker, but safety, corner, running back, and offensive line. Those 4 right there, we draft that really good. We can't draft wide receivers worth of nothing. Defensive line, we're not that good at that. Linebacker, we're not that good at that. But safety, corner, and running back, and O-line, we hit that all the time. We good. We can find. And then don't forget, after the draft, you got like the undrafted guys, undrafted free agents that we sign in every year. We got somebody come out of nowhere, like Brendan Scholar from last year. We got somebody comes out of nowhere, DeMarcus Mitchell. and they make plays. Never heard of them because they're undrafted. So we're good at that, man. But I appreciate everybody for joining me tonight. Like I said, if y'all want to tune in later on that, like y'all always do, like, share, make sure you subscribe, and we're gonna grow this channel this offseason, man. My goal is by August, preseason start August. My goal is by September to have a bunch of subscribers up here, start doing some watch parties on Patriots game day, doing some giveaways and stuff like that. And we're just gonna chop it up and have fun. But I appreciate everybody joining me. That's gonna wrap it up for the Kansas Pat Stalk Patriot podcast. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Go Pats.